Decapitation strike now? Strategos Vectal thrust his claw forward. Holographic displays flared across the Dominus Rex bridge. 40 Imperial cruisers surged toward Earth's bloated shipyards, plasma lances charging. Vectal's mandibles clicked in anticipation. Human industry churned out hulls like vermin bred in nests. But naval skill, a myth peddled by panicked scouts, his fleet outnumbered their visible defenses 10-1. Surrender would follow the first volley. Comms jammed, reported Sensor Chief Lurak. Human frequencies blacked out. Excellent, broadcast the demand. Vectal leaned into the fleet-wide channel. Primitives of Earth, your empire falls, unconditional surrender or your shipyards burn, respond. Silence stretched, only static hissed back. Envoy Sailrin stirred from the observer alcove. Their frills quivered. Strategos reconsider. Human archives hint at concealed assets. They prepare for contingencies we dismiss. Vectal waved a dismissive pincer. Diplomats fret. Warriors act. Commit to low orbit. Bombardment pattern Delta. The fleet dropped into position. Earth's blue marble filled viewports. Shipyards orbited like skeletal hives dotted with half-built freighters. No warships stirred. No fighters scrambled. Targets locked, Lurak announced. Vectal bared fangs. Phi. Orbital platforms ignited. Demolition charges ripped through girders. Hulks crumpled into fireballs, debris blooming outward. Human vessels, mere corvettes, vented atmosphere in synchronized blasts. Vectal froze. What madness! A single human transmission pierced the jam. Crisp, unyielding. Denied. Laughter erupted from his officers. They scuttle their own yards. Vectal slapped his console. Fanatics, no matter, their planet awaits. Launch boarding shuttles for surface conquest. Secure the cradle of their race. Sailrin pulsed warning lights. Strategos that denial. It's tactical, pull back. Silence, envoy, victory beckons. Sensors screamed. Contact, Lurak yanked controls. Massive signature emerging from lunar shadow. Human warship, unknown class, shields at full, weapons hot. Vectal's spine stiffened. A slab-gray behemoth materialized, dwarfing Imperial cruisers. No fanfare, no hail. It accelerated on a razor intercept. Impossible, Vectal snarled. Flank it, massed broadsides. Cruisers wheeled, unleashing hell. Plasma torrents scorched vacuum. The human ship jinked, minimal burn, perfect vector. Incoming fire splashed harmlessly across layered shields. On the human vessel's bridge, Commander Lysa Mar gripped her armrests. Status, Lieutenant Patel. Arun Patel's fingers danced over sensor hollows. Equations scrolled in his mind, raw data crystallizing into vectors. Enemy formation, 42 cruisers clustered for mutual shield overlap. Firing solutions locked on lead 5. Probability of kill, 98%. Chief Quan? Hana Quan scanned engineering feeds. Red lines blinked, then greened under her checklists. All systems nominal. Railguns charged. We hold fire until optimal range. Mar nodded. Helm, evasive pattern Zulu 3, restraint first. The warship HMS Vanguard slipped through the barrage like a scalpel. No wild maneuvers. Disciplined burns conserved fuel, positioned for kill shots. Vectal's fleet tightened. Concentrate fire, their shields can't. Vanguard's rails spat. Slugs the size of shuttles punched at relativistic speeds. No glow, no warning. The lead cruiser erupted, core breached. 4 more followed in chain reaction, debris fields shredding neighbors. Regroup, Vectal roared. Their weapons pierce our armor. Imperials excelled at saturation, overwhelmed with numbers, blanket zones in plasma, humans, precision. Vanguard ghosted through the chaos, engines flaring only to reposition. Patel fed solutions. Next salvo, port flank, impact in 3. Quan barked into comms. Gunnery, prioritize engines, deny their escape. Mar watched the holodisplay. Transmit to enemy command. Orbit denied, withdraw or join the yards. Vectal received it amid alarms. 5 cruisers gone, 10 more hold. His fleet scattered, shields flickering. The human ship danced untouched, picking targets with ruthless economy. Sailrin recorded furiously. Strategos, their doctrine, preparation layered beyond our models, every move anticipated. Shut that off, Vectal slammed overrides. All ships ram if needed, overload there. Patel's voice cut through intercepted feeds in Mars Bridge. Enemy command pushing suicide runs, counter with spread fire. Rails thrummed. Slugs carved engines from 6 chargers. Hulks tumbled inert. Vanguard rolled, exposing fresh batteries. Point defense lasers carved shuttles mid-launch. Vectal's bridge shuddered. A near-miss vented crew to space. 80% losses, fall back. The fleet broke. Survivors clawed for jump points. Vanguard pursued, measured shots culling stragglers. No chase, no waste, just enough to break spines. Mar leaned back. Cease fire at standoff range. Log the engagement. Patel wiped sweat. 27 kills confirmed, enemy routed. Quan grunted approval. Systems at 75, ready for round 2. On Dominus Rex, Vectal slumped, hull breaches wailed. How? Their shipyards gone, no fleet visible. Sailrin approached, recorder still active. You misread them, strategos. Humans don't flaunt, they prepare ruthlessly and restrain until the moment. Vectal stared at the holofeed. Vanguard hung in orbit, solitary sentinel over a scuttled graveyard. Earth's defenses, invisible until triggered. One ship, one doctrine flipped the campaign. Open a channel, he rasped. Empire Command, we require reinforcements. The transmission looped humanity's reply. Denied. Lysa Mar slammed the activation panel. The asteroid refinery's crust cracked open with a seismic rumble. Dormant fusion torches ignited in sequence, belching plasma to clear debris. Inside the hollowed core, UNSS Vanguard thrummed alive. Power curve green, Chief Rigger Hana Quan barked from engineering feeds. Reactor 1 online, rerouting civilian grids now. Mar nodded at the main holotank. The ship's skeletal frame filled the display, camouflaged for years as a gutted mining outpost. Empire scans had dismissed it 100 times. No active emissions, no heat spikes. Just another lifeless rock in the belt. Status on auxiliary feeds? Mar asked. Quan patched through. Her face filled a corner screen, grease-smeared and calm. Civi reactors spinning up, locking damaged teams to stations, prioritizing forward shields and rail batteries. We overload anything else it fries. Do it! Mar's voice stayed level. Contingency drills ran monthly. This was routine. Empire invasion corridors burned hot on outer system scans. Time to flip the script. Lieutenant Arun Patel hunched over tactical, fingers dancing across passive arrays. Ghost echoes building, Captain. Civilian freighters scattering like roaches. Invasion fleet's signature cutting through, 42 heavies, screens of frigates. Lead elements ETA 12 hours to Mars intercept. Mar leaned forward. Vanguard's drive hummed low, nudging the asteroid shell outward. No thrust plumes, no radar pings, silent running protocols locked in from the start. Full firing picture, she pressed. Patel grinned without looking up. Piecing it, traffic noise masks us perfect, got prelim vectors on their Vanguard wedge, rails primed for spread fire. The bridge crew moved like a machine. Ensigns cross-checked manifolds, techs bolted final panels. Mar watched the holotank bloom with data ghosts, incoming Imperial signatures overlaid on belt clutter. Strategos Vectal's flag would anchor that mess. Arrogant bastard. His briefings leaked via envoy chatter. Humans had industry, sure, but naval skill? Myth, shipyards glassed. Fleets vaporized. One hidden rock proved them wrong. Quan cut in again. Civilian grids fused to combat nets, 60% over nominal. Damaged teams sealed, no heroes today. We take a hit, they hold bulkheads or die trying. Good, Mar keyed shipwide. All hands battle stations. This is no drill. Empire thinks us broken. We show restraint until position. Then we carve. Alarms chirped softly. Patel's console lit. Scout drone, passive detect only, brushing the belt fringe. Its ghosting refinery echoes, ours included. Mar's jaw tightened, premature strike itched. One rail salvo shreds a drone, alerts the fleet, but doctrine held, reveal nothing early. Hold fire, she ordered. Maneuver to shadow, Helm complied. The asteroid tumbled lazily, Vanguard's gravitics nudging it behind a debris cluster. Sensors drank data without spilling a watt. Patel muttered math under his breath. Doppler shift clean, drone trajectory arcs past, no active scan ping. The drone slipped by. Imperial overconfidence, why burn power probing dead rocks when glory waited at Earth, Quan grunted over comms. Engineering locked, if they breach us, auto seals trigger. Teams on checklists, patch, pump, purge, no panic. Mar allowed a thin smile. Quan's crews lived by those lists. Drills turned chaos to order. Empire ships flashed numbers, mass production hulks, screens thin on point defense. Humans built for the long game. Captain, Patel said. Full picture locked, 27 priority targets plotted. Charger wings for engine kills, heavies for battery exposure. Mar studied the tank. Invasion corridor glowed red, predictable thrust lanes, jump points clustered. Vanguard's path sliced the flank. Helm, silent run to Vector Bravo. Match Civi drift, no emissions. Aye, Captain. The ship ghosted forward. Asteroid shell masked the heat buildup. Fusion piles ramped quiet, bleeding waste into rock vents. Hours blurred. Patel refined solutions, cross-referencing drone ghosts and freighter wakes. Their flag Dominus Rex, weak ventral shields. One roll exposes it. Mar filed it. Restraint won wars. Anger lost them. Quan patched a warning. Thermal buildup at 12% over mask. Vent or hold? Hold. Mar watched the tank. Imperial screens thickened at Sol jump. No look back. Patel tensed. Lead chargers accelerating. Shuttles prepping borders. They smell blood. Still hold. Mar's hands stayed steady on armrests. One ship. One shot. Flipped the campaign. Vanguard crept closer. Belt rocks clattered off the shell. Passive arrays hummed with enemy chatter, intercepts auto-decrypted. Strategos Vectal to all wings, a voice crackled. Humans scatter, press the kill, no mercy, Patel snorted. He's got envoy Sailrin embedded, diplomatic recorder, witness to their hubris. Mar ignored the jab, focus narrowed, corridor flank open, position perfect. Range to optimal, she asked. 40 light seconds, Patel replied. Rails hot, lasers charged. Quan, systems 90, ready to dance. The holotank pulsed. Imperial wedge barreled blind. Asteroid heat signature, buried in refinery ghosts, never noticed. Marqueed battle net. Stand by all batteries, we wait for their push. Tension coiled, crew breath steady, drills paid off. Patel whispered, they're committing, chargers forward. Mar's finger hovered over execute. Not yet. Ruthless timing. Imperial drives flared brighter. Vectal's flag loomed. Shuttles launched toward Mars orbitals now, but no, hold the line, silent until the knife's edge. Vanguard inched into shadow, Empire blind. The rock radiated warship heat, they never noticed. Across the void on Dominus Rex, Strategos Vectal reviewed final sweeps, his bridge buzzed with triumph. Scans clean, a sensor tech reported. Belt clear, human remnants fleeing inner system. Vectal nodded, metals glinting. Human industry real, factories raised, naval myth exposed. One campaign ended it. Envoy Sailrin observed from the gallery, recorder whirring. Strategos their preparation, quiet, Vectal snapped. We dictate terms now. He waved the fleet onward, corridor secured. Glory theirs, no one checked the refinery rock tumbling lazy in their wake. Back on Vanguard, Mar watched the holotank. Enemy lead elements crossed the mark. Patel confirmed solutions. Locked captain spread fire primed. Quan damaged team's brace. Checklists green. Mar exhaled once. Engage on my mark. The ship shed its shell. Torches ignited clean. Vanguard rolled out, a predator unveiled. Rails thrummed charge. Imperial screens dotted the tank. Chargers surged ahead. Mar spoke the word. Fire! Slugs lanced silent. 6 chargers gutted mid-thrust. Hulks spun wild. Patel called targets. Ventral batteries exposed. Lasers free. Point defense carved shuttles. Flames bloomed on Dominus Rex. Alarms screamed. Vectal lurched up. What phantom identify? Sensors scrambled. One ship, human. Hidden Sailrin's recorder captured the shock. You misread them. Vanguard rolled precise. Fresh salvos culled the wedge. 80% losses piled. Fleet broke. Mar watched stragglers flee. Cease at standoff. Log it. Patel wiped his brow. 27 confirmed. Quan 75%. Round 2 ready. Vectal's voice rasped over open channel. Reinforcements. Human reply looped cold. Denied. One ship, doctrine pure, campaign flipped. Mar leaned back. Earth's sentinel stood watch, invisible until triggered. Commander Lysa Mar tapped the release icon. Stealth buoys ejected from Vanguard's ventral bays. Silent ghosts dispersed into the system's outer debris field. Each buoy mimicked a human fleet signature, dozens of them, scattered, faint, drawing eyes away from the real prize. Buoy net live, Captain, Lieutenant Arun Patel said from tactics. His fingers danced over sensor overlays. Imperials biting, lead scouts vectoring to ghosts. Mar nodded. Goal, blind the enemy advance. Imperial sensors hunted hard, but human prep layered decoys deep. She watched the holotank. Enemy wedge pushed forward, supply train lagging in their wake. Tankers bloated with fusion fuel, the Empire's lifeline. Vanguard drifted cold, power plants throttled to whispers. Debris lanes webbed the approach, shattered moon rocks from an old mining op. Patel plotted the thread. Jamming bloom from their cruisers masks us perfect, threading now. Thrusters pulsed microbursts. Ship slipped between tumbling boulders. Mar gripped her console. Acceleration tugged light. No chatter, just checklists ticking green. Alarms pinged soft. Main rail battery stuttered. Cracked coil in the forward magazine. Engineering, Mar snapped. Chief Rigger Hana Kwon patched in from below decks. Her face filled the bridge feed, sweat slick under flickering lights. On it, Captain. Hot swap underway. Brace for surge. Vanguard hit 5Gs. Debris loomed close. Patel's plot held steady. Kwon worked in the shake. Damaged teams hauled the fractured coil free. Sparks flew. She slotted the spare, machined last shift, triple-checked. Rails hummed back online. Coil locked. Battery green, Kwon growled. Prioritize ventral arrays next if they ping us. Mar exhaled. Ship whole again. They ghosted past the Imperial flank. Logistics trains swelled in the tank, 6 tankers, escorts thin. Battleships charged ahead, blind to their tails. Position astern, Mar ordered. Prime spread fire on tankers. Battleships chase ghosts. Patel locked solutions. Firing arcs clean, jamming still covers our torch. Imperial chatter crackled over open channels. Strategos Vectal's voice boomed, translated rough by the box. Secure the corridor. Human rabble scatters before true empire. Press. Mar's lips thinned. They underestimated, always did. Human doctrine skipped the glory hunt. Strike the vein, watch the beast bleed. Vanguard rolled silent. Rails charged full. Tankers filled crosshairs. On Dominus Rex, Vectal paced his command deck. Envoy Sailrin observed from the gallery, recorder active. Sensors painted chaos, human fleets popping across the system. Buoys, he realized too late. Ghost signatures multiplying, a sensor tech rasped. Scouts report contacts, but no mass. Vectal waved it off. Decoys, humans breed industry like vermin, but naval skill, myth, chargers ahead, crush their gate. Sailrin leaned forward. Diplomatic embeds warned of human prep. Vec ignored. Glory demanded bold strokes. Vanguard ignited torches. Clean burn, low sig. Ship surged behind the train. Escorts spun late. Mar spoke calm. Mark tankers primary. Fire. Rails spat slugs. Silent killers crossed vacuum. First tanker vented plasma. Fuel clouds ignited secondary. Chain bloomed. Patel called shifts. Tanker 2 hold. Escorts painting us point defense up. Lasers carved incoming missiles. Vanguard jinked through wreckage. Kwon barked from Eng, shields holding. Divert power to rails. Imperial escorts died fast. 2 hulks spun. Tankers cracked open, spilling reactant mass. Flames lit the void. Vectal slammed his fist. Dominus Rex shuddered as alarms wailed. Logistics under fire, what strikes? Sensors locked one signature. Human warship, stealth-sheathed, positioned perfect. Impossible, Vex snarled. Flank them, all batteries. But chargers ahead tangled with buoys. False fleets drew fire. Vanguard rolled ventral. Fresh salvo gutted the last tanker. Fuel gone. Empire's thrust starved. Sailrin's recorder word. They read you, plan this. Patel grinned faint. Enemy wedge fracturing, ma'am. Logistics null. Solutions on stragglers. Mar watched the tank. Lead battleships burned hot, but tails dragged dry. Cease on tankers. Harass flanks. Let them run. Vanguard danced precise. Lasers sniped shuttles. Rails culled escorts. No chase. Restraint pure. Vectal roared orders. Fleet broke formation. Reinforcements light years out. Fuel taps empty. Regroup, he barked, but screens showed truth. One ship flipped the campaign. Back on Vanguard, Kwon patched up. Rails at 75, ready for round 2. Patel wiped sweat. 27 kills confirmed. Tankers priority smart. Mar leaned into her chair. Ship shed debris camouflage. Earth's sentinel watched. They came for erasure, left with hunger. Imperial stragglers fled. Open channel looped Vex demand. Human reply cold. Terms dictated, fuel denied. Sailrin transmitted first witness log. Empire misread. Humans didn't rage. They prepared, then struck once. Ruthless hold. Vanguard ghosted to standoff. Rails cooled. Campaign turned. But scouts pinged reinforcements. Heavy, Mar tapped holotank. Prep phase 2. Strategos Vectal gripped his throne as Dominus Rex limped. Fuel reserves flickered red. Chargers drifted hulks. One human ship unraveled his masterstroke. Full scan, he ordered. Bridge crew scrambled. Sailrin hovered, recorder unblinking. Sensors cleared jamming haze. Debris lanes empty, no fleet, just buoys winking out. Trickery, Vex spat. Their industry churns decoys, but skill we outmatch. A lieutenant hesitated. Sir, that warship. Threaded our own jamming. Rails hit tankers dead center under acceleration. Vec waved it. Imperial doctrine ruled masses. Humans played lone wolves, crush the pack, wolves starve. Sailrin spoke soft. Embeds reported drills, contingency layers you dismissed. Diplomats chatter, warriors act. Vec keyed FleetNet. Regroup at rally point, empire endures. But tanks read zero, shuttles recalled empty, stragglers begged tow. Vanguard ghosted parallel, Mar watched from bridge, Patel plotted intercepts. Quan cycled coils. Reinforcements inbound, Patel said. Heavy cruisers, 8 hours. Mar nodded. Buoys 2 through 6 spoofed their van, Quan swapped the spares. Deck shook light as teams moved. Quan oversaw checklists, no shortcuts. Ship prepped flawless, humans trained restraint. Wait for the vein. Imperial reinforcements jumped in system. Vec rallied remnants. Second wave crushes, glory doubles. Sensors lit false fleets again. Cruisers veered. Vanguard slipped behind fresh tankers. Mar marked. Fire! Slugs lanced. Tankers bloomed. Reinforcements starved midburn. Vec's deck froze. Sailrin recorded the break. They hunt fuel, not you. One ship, doctrine lethal, Empire fled. Mar stood bridge watch. System secured. Wreckage cooled. Patel logged kills, 34. Quan reported full green. Checklists closed. Patel glanced up. They thought us myth. Mar smiled thin. Routine ops. Vanguard powered down, invisible again until triggered. Earth's voice echoed channel-wide. Sentinel holds, terms ours. Campaign flipped. Humanity endured. Commander Lysa Mar gripped the armrests of her command chair. Patel, firing solution on the tankers. Fire. Lieutenant Arun Patel's fingers danced across the tactical hollows. Railgun coils hummed to peak charge. The Vanguard's forward batteries spat a salvo of tungsten slugs at 0.4 C. Slugs punched through the lead Imperial tanker in a heartbeat. Secondary penetrations shredded 2 more in line behind it. Fuel cells ruptured. Plasma blooms engulfed the convoy's heart. 3 massive fireballs merged into one inferno, scattering debris across the void. Mar watched the holodisplay. 30 supply ships gone in one pass. The Imperial Armada's flank hung open, battle line rigid in shock. Impact confirmed, Patel said. Convoy's fuel reserves zeroed. They're blind on resupply. Chief Rigger Hana Quan patched through from engineering. Coils cycling green. Next salvo in 30 seconds. Checklists complete. Mar nodded. Hold fire. Let them react. Strategos Vectal slammed his primary claw on the command pulpit. Alarms wailed across the Invincible's bridge. His fleet's supply echelon burned. Human barbarians, Vec roared. Spin the battle line, protect the reserves. Tactical officers scrambled. Battle cruisers and destroyers wheeled in formation, pivoting to shield the surviving tankers. Vec's vaunted phalanx doctrine demanded it. Iron wall forward, logistics sacrosanct. But the maneuver gaped their flanks. Human sensors would see it. Vec dismissed the thought. Humans fought scattered like vermin, no discipline for naval precision. Launch interceptors, Vec ordered. Flank squadrons pursue that ghost signature, crush it. Pursuit groups detached, 4 heavy squadrons, lasers hot, drives flaring. Envoy Sailrin clutched his recording slate in the observer alcove. Strategos embeds warned of traps. Silence, diplomat, Vec snapped. Warriors command. Sensors pinged new contacts ahead. Pursuit groups accelerated. Patel grinned at his console. They're biting, Captain. Buoys 2 through 4 detonating now. Mar leaned forward. Execute. Patel triggered the disguised sensor buoys, drone-launched decoys, spoofing full cruiser squadrons. False IFF transponders blared Imperial codes. Ghost fleets materialized on enemy scopes, drawing pursuit groups apart. Imperial squadrons split. 2 veered starboard, 2 port, chasing phantoms into the debris field. Quan reported in. Buoys 5 and 6 spoofing their van, engineering spares swapped, full deception active. Mar's eyes tracked the holomap. Vec's battle line stretched thin, flanks exposed. Pursuit groups scattered a full light minute wide. Patel marked the command cruiser, precision strike on engines and comms, disable only. Aye, Captain, Patel fed firing solutions. Railguns whined again. Vanguard ghosted parallel to the chaos, invisible amid the tanker wreckage. Vectal's bridge erupted in confusion. Multiple hostiles, flankers report contacts. Tactical chief blinked stalks. False readings, no energy signatures match heavies. Press the attack, Vec bellowed. His Invincible led the reformed line, plasma lances charging. Glory awaited. Humans would break against the phalanx. Then sensors locked the real threat. A single shadow slipping behind the rear tankers. Vec keyed fleet-wide. All ships' vectors on that signature, burn it down. Too late. Precision slugs lanced from the void. They struck the lead command cruiser, Vengeance's Pride engines first. Fusion plants scrammed offline. Comms arrays vaporized in pinpoint hits. The cruiser listed dark and drifting, crew compartments intact but helpless. Rescue would tie up tenders for hours, Vec's claws clenched. How? One ship, Sailrin whispered into his recorder. They chose their shots, ruthless economy. Pursuit groups radioed panic. Phantoms evading, decoys. Imperial flanks hemorrhaged cohesion. Mar exhaled steady. Vengeance's Pride neutralized, rescue delays confirmed, Patel plot rally evasion. Patel nodded, sweat beating despite the chill bridge air. Reinforcements inbound. 8 heavy cruisers jump 8 of 4 hours. They'll rally on Vec's remnants. Quan cut in. Ships combat ready. Coils at 110% from spares. Checklists locked, no weak links. Mar traced the holomap. Vec's fleet coalesced at a rally point. Tankers dry, stragglers begging tow. Vanguard paralleled unseen, a predator in the black. Deploy remaining buoys, Mar said. Spoof their vanguard. Quan prepped the final salvo. Teams moved like clockwork. Quan oversaw from the pit. Prioritize fuel relays, no shortcuts, green across the board. Deck plates thrummed faintly as systems cycled flawless. Imperial reinforcements jumped in system, 8 heavy cruisers materializing in tight formation. Vec rallied his remnants, invincible at core, battered battle line reforming. Second wave crushes them, Vec declared. Bridge crew straightened. Glory doubles for the Empire. Sensors lit up. False fleets again, dozens of blips mimicking human heavies. Cruisers veered instinctively, Vanguard splitting to engage. Vec cursed. Ignore phantoms, secure the rally, but the deception worked. Fresh tankers trailed the reinforcements, fat with fuel. Vanguard slipped behind them, coils hot. Sailrin watched the hollows. They hunt the vain, strategos, not the fleet. Vec ignored him. Full burn to contact. They're exposed, Patel said. Tankers lined perfect. Firing solution locked. Mar's voice stayed ice calm. Fire! Slugs accelerated from Vanguard's rails. They threaded the reinforcement van, punching through 3 tankers in a chain. Fuel ignited mid-burn, massive fireballs starved the cruisers before they accelerated. Reinforcements faltered, drives cutting as reserves vanished. Vec's deck froze. Alarms screamed fuel critical across the net. Regroup, Vec keyed fleet-wide. Empire endures, tanks read 0, shuttles recalled empty, stragglers begged for tow, Sailrin recorded the breakpoint. One ship, their doctrine turns hours to ash. Imperial ships scattered, fleeing system-wide. No battle joined, no glory. Mar stood bridge watch, system secured, wreckage cooled in the void. Patel logged the kills, 34 vessels, fuel chains severed. Quan reported up the chain, full green, all checklists closed. Patel glanced up from his console. They thought us myth, Captain, lone wolves with no pack. Mar smiled, thin eyes on the holomap. Earth's pickets held the jump lanes now. Routine operations, Lieutenant. We planned for the cut. Vanguard powered down, signature fading to invisible until triggered again. A channel-wide broadcast echoed from Saul. Sentinel holds, terms are ours. Campaign flipped in one shadow dance. Humanity endured. Vectal's invincible limped to the outer marker. His bridge silent, Sailrin approached. Strategos, the logs, Vec waved him off. Diplomats chatter, warriors adapt. But fuel gauges mocked him, human industry built fleets. Human doctrine starved them, Empire's armada, a fleet that couldn't refuel. Patel stretched in his station. Post-action sims ready, ma'am? Mar nodded. Run them, Quan, spool the spares for next drill. Quan grunted approval over comms. Checklists prepped, we're unbreakable. Mar settled back. Restraint won wars, anger lost them. Vanguard drifted silent, guardian unseen. The galaxy learned late, never corner humans. They waited, planned, struck clean, one volley at a time. Launch the Stormclaws. Strategos Vectal slammed his talon on the command pulpit. Board that primitive hulk. Prize the stealth core intact. His bridge crew snapped to action. Invincible's bays disgorged elite marines, Stormclaws forged in 1,000 void assaults. Clad in iridescent power armor, they jetted toward the drifting human wreck. Vec watched the holotank. Human ship Vanguard listed silent, engines cold, no shields. a museum piece gutted by his fleet's barrage, yet it had vanished twice, striking from shadow. Lies, human industry churned hulls, naval skill, myth. Contact in 30, reported Claw Leader Kresh. His squad's feed streamed live, grapples biting hull metal, cutters slicing airlocks. Primitive locks breaching now. Vec leaned forward, Sailrin hovered at his elbow, datapad glowing. The envoy's tendrils twitched. Strategos, salvage protocols, quiet, Vec snapped. We claim their ghost tech. Empire rebuilds stronger. Alarms blared on Lysa Mars Bridge. Borders confirmed, ma'am. Forward dorsal lock, Lieutenant Arun Patel said. His fingers flew across sensors. 40 signatures, heavy armor cutting through. Mars' voice stayed level. Execute checklist Bravo 7. Vent corridors Alpha through Gamma. Seal all bulkheads to kill zones. Aye, Captain. Patel punched the sequence. Air hissed from selected decks. Human Marines, Spartan-suited, disciplined, stacked at inner hatches. No panic, routine. Vec's holotank flickered. Kresh's squad poured into Vanguard's guts. Dim corridors exposed wiring, primitive. Clear so far, Kresh growled over comms. Pushing to engineering, then screams. Vacuum breach, doors slamming, Vec's crest flared. Status. Lost half the lead element, Kresh barked. Funneling tight, trap, push through, glory awaits. Vec's orders bit hard, Stormclaws excelled at breaches. Humans hid in hulls, not fought ship to ship. Chief Hana Kwon braced in engineering, red lights pulsed. Borders in the pipe, ma'am, she reported over bridge comm. Drones spooling. Mars' response clicked crisp. Override Alpha, arm them. Kwon yanked the manual lever, safety interlocks shattered, maintenance drones, stocky haulers, tool-armed, word to life. She slotted fresh mags, monofilament blades, plasma cutters, shock nets, checklists green, unleashing. Drones skittered from niches, silent killers reprogrammed in seconds. Kwon watched feeds, borders crammed a corridor, suits sealing auto-void, drones swarmed from vents. Blades whirred, cutters seared joints. One Stormclaw fired wild, plasma splashed harmless. Drones piled on, nets crackling, Kresh's squad fragmented. Vec pounded his pulpit. Flank them, secure the bridge, Sailrin edged closer. Strategos withdrawal, their ship. It fights back. Silence, Vec's eyes locked on the tank. Stormclaws regrouped, blasting drone husks. Kresh led the charge, breaching a junction. Patel grinned at his console. Imperial squad net wide open, ma'am. Primitive encryption. Mar nodded once. Hijack it. False retreat vector. Patel's math brain lit up. Sensors parsed chatter, Stormclaw dialect, squad pings. He scripted ghosts, audio synth, positional fakes. Injecting now. Kresh's helmet feed showed chaos. Drones shredded flanks. Fall back, rally at Lock Delta. Vec heard it echo fleet-wide. His own comms, silent confusion. Kresh, report true, static hissed. Then Patel's forged voice. Claw leader down, human counterattack, evac now. Stormclaws broke, panic rippled. They funneled deeper, chasing phantom retreat signals. Vec roared. It's a trick, hold position. Too late. Mar watched the holomap, borders clustered in Killzone Epsilon. Seal it. Bulkheads slammed. Vec's feed cut to sparks. Kwon triggered the purge, cryofoam flooded, flash-freezing suits. Drones mopped remnants, blades through visors. Kresh's last transmission. Ambush. How did they? Silence. Vex staggered back, 30 Stormclaws gone, his invincible elites butchered in a gutted ship. Sailrin paled, tendrils limp. Logs capture it all, strategos, humans. They planned this. Vec waved aides away. Fuel gauges blinked red. No resupply, human pickets choked lanes, his armada starved. On Vanguard's bridge, Patel logged borders, 0 survivors. Clean sweep, ma'am, Kwon patched in. Hull breaches patched, drones restocking, checklists closed. Mar allowed a thin smile. Secure from borders, power down signature. Vanguard faded to ghost, Earth held. Empire's myth lived, Vex slumped into his throne, warriors adapt. But humans, they built for the cut, restraint incarnate. Sailrin transmitted his envoy packet, Empire misread. Humanity endured, not myth but machine. Waiting, Patel stretched at his station. Sims next, ma'am, Mar eyed the void. Run them, Kwon, prep spares. Kwon grunted. Unbreakable. Vanguard drifted, guardian unseen. Galaxy cornered humans once, never again. Stormclaws launched from Invincible's bays, thrusters flaring blue. Vectal gripped his pulpit, watching grapples latch onto Vanguard's scarred hull. The human ship tumbled slow, a relic exposed. No engines, no fight left. Breaching commenced, Claw Leader Kresh reported. His voice steady, laced with glory hunger. Stormclaws sliced airlocks with plasma torches. Atmosphere puffed out. They piled in, mag boots clamping deck. Vex bridge hummed tension. His fleet ringed the prize, 50 heavies, pickets screening. Humans broke here. Stealth tech theirs, Sailrin fidgeted nearby. Strategos per protocols I embed with first squad. Vex snorted. Observe from here, envoy, log your defeat. Kresh's squad advanced. Corridors stretched dim, conduits exposed. No resistance, primitive design. Lysa Mars' alarms whooped soft. Dorsal breach confirmed, Patel said. Vectors plotted instant. Squad cohesion high, armored. Bravo 7, Mar ordered. Comm flowed her words. Crew moved like clockwork. Patel vented sectors. Air screamed out. Bulkheads groaned shut, hurting borders. Human marines ghosted to positions, silent, stacked. Quannan engineering felt the deck shudder. Vents live, drones hot. Arm, Mar said. Quan overrode safeties. Drones activated, 20 units, blades spinning up. They scuttled into vents, eyes glowing red. Kresh pushed forward. Tight corridors, watch crossfire. Sudden hiss, vacuum clawed, doors sealed behind. Trap, a claw yelled, drones erupted. Maintenance bots turned feral, cutters slashed legs, nets zapped servos. Stormclaws fired, burst shredded 2 drones, but more swarmed. Kresh blasted one apart. Regroup, forward, Patel monitored. Comms hijack ready. He sliced their net. Forged pings, retreat beacons, fake human advance. Kresh's HUD lit. Fall back to Delta, heavy contact. His squad wheeled deeper into the funnel. Vec watched feeds fracture. False orders, Vec bellowed. Hold, static answered. Mar sealed Epsilon, cryofoam jetted, flash-freezing joints. Drones carved frozen suits. Kresh fired till mag dry, foam hardened, blades pierced. His vitals flatlined. Vec's holotank went dark. Bridge fell quiet. Sailrin recorded frantic. Total loss, their ship, alive. Vex talons dug metal, Stormclaws unbeatable in breaches. Humans turned hull to weapon. Patel cleared boards. Borders neutralized, Quan reported. Systems nominal, drills resume. Mar leaned back. Routine. Vanguard cloaked, Empire's elite, corpses in the walls. Vec recalled grapples empty, fleet low on fuel. Humans waited, planned, struck. Sailrin whispered, never anger them. Invincible shuddered as Stormclaws detached, none returned. Vectal stared at empty bays. His decorated career, void sieges won, worlds cracked. Humans, factory rats, not sailors. Sailrin approached. Full logs sent, strategos, Empire sees. Vec ignored him. Reform line. Press Sol. Sensors pinged faint. Vanguard gone, ghost again. Mars bridge settled. Patel ran sims, border patterns replayed, tweaks logged. Quan cycled drones, blades honed, nets charged. Next contingency, Patel asked. Strategos Vectal slammed his talon on the holotank override. Regroup the heavies, invincible at center, flankers on her wings. Broadside formation, maximum guns forward. Crew scrambled. Distant engines flared blue across the void. Surviving dreadnoughts lumbered into line. Invincible's kilometer-long hull gleamed, macro cannons charging with deep hums that vibrated Vex spines. 8 capitals locked tight, a wall of plasma lances and gravitic shredders. Humans had whittled his fleet to this skeleton. Factory vermin with lucky shots, not sailors. Sailrin hovered at the edge of the bridge, recorder drone whirring. Strategos, their vanguard vanished again, logs show. Quiet, Vex snapped. Sensors locked a ghost signature, faint drive plume, 200 clicks out, perfect range. Fire on my mark, erase their myth. Guns traversed, power surged. Vex mandibles clicked triumph. Humans built ships like forge rats stacking bricks, no finesse. This broadside would vaporize them. Captain Lysa Mar gripped her command couch as alarms spiked. Enemy heavies clustering. Broadside lock, 8 capitals, full batteries hot. Lieutenant Arun Patel's fingers danced over sensor feeds. Predicting salvo in 12 seconds. Their traverse caps at 45 degrees per tick. We knife turn now, they overshoot. Mar nodded once. Helm high G reversal, 18 Gs sustained. Engineering brace. Chief Hana Quan barked into her console from below decks. Foam seals tight. Inertia dampers at 112%. Go, thrust clawed. Vanguard yawed hard. Decks groaned under G-forces that pinned crew like lead weights. Mars' vision grayed at edges, but drills held. Breath steady, eyes on plot, Patel synced bursts. Flare spam prepped, micropops timed to their arrays. Imperial guns barked first. Plasma arcs lanced wide, Vanguard's knife turn forced traverse limits. Beams scorched vacuum 50 clicks off bow. Overshot clean. Return fire, Mar said. Patel unleashed. Decoy flares erupted in precise sequence, infrared micros blooming like fireworks spoofing alien targeting. Imperial arrays overloaded, blinded by their own sensor wash. Dreadnought Auspex pinged false locks, guns slewing wild. Vex bridge erupted in claxons. What sorcery? He clawed the plot. His perfect wall fired blind. Human ship danced through the gaps untouched. Flares, controlled bursts, not panic dumps, precision. Realign. Second salvo, Vec roared, too late. Vanguard accelerated straight down the line's weakened heart. Mar watched the plot converge. Centers soft, Quan surge main drive, push us through. Redlining reactors, Quan growled. Checklists green, hull integrity 94%. Vanguard plunged. Imperial flanks raked space with grazing shots. Shields flared violet, shedding heat. Patel picked targets. Weak drone on Invincible's spine, burst fired. A rail slug punched clean. Enemy fighter bays vented crew. Chaos rippled. Sailrin clutched his station as Invincible shuddered. They're inside the net. How? Vec ignored him. All ships converge fire borders if they grapple. Vanguard didn't grapple. She sliced past port dreadnoughts, engines flaring defiance. Mar's voice cut calm. Patel, fleet codes. Hack window now. Patel nodded, sweat beating under his collar. Sensors fed algorithms, messy battle data distilled to firing solutions. Enemy comms crackled open, unencrypted pings from panic. He sliced in. Forged auth keys from prior intercepts. Invincible's core dumped. Command ciphers, IFF overrides, reserve positions. Codes captured, Patel said. Full fleet net hours. Mar's lips thinned, no smile. Broadcast recall on their channels. All Imperials, stand down or burn. Vex holotank glitched. His own ships wavered, friendlies pinging, retreat. Treachery, override. Invincible's guns silenced. Flankers peeled off, confused beacons flashing human-forged orders. Vex spines locked. Humans hadn't charged blind. They'd waited, planned the breach. Turned his elite into puppets. Sailrin recorded steady. They're not fighting to kill, capturing command, ruthless. Restraint. Vanguard loomed on scopes. Grapples extended, not to board, but link. Mar's voice boomed across open channels. Strategos Vectal, this is Captain Mar. Your fleet yields, or we demonstrate further. Vex bridge fell silent. Drones hummed. His talons flexed empty. Factory rats, naval gods. Quan wiped grease from her brow in engineering. Link secure, their power grid sinking to ours. No sabotage. Patel logged hacks. Reserves inbound, 40 minutes, we own their net. Mar unstrapped. Secure prisoners, prep for tow. She glanced at the plot, Imperial hulks drifting, guns cold, drills complete. Next contingency logged, Patel leaned in. They brought the guns. We brought the clock. Across the void, Vex stared at the human ship docking clamps. Sailrin's drone captured his whisper. Never anger humans. Invincible's bays hissed open. Human marines in sealed suits marched aboard, discipline, no boasts. Vex straightened. The war flipped. One campaign, their timing, but sensors pinged anew. Human reinforcements, no ghost signatures multiplying. Vanguard wasn't alone. Patel froze at his station. Captain, multiple contacts decloaking, our sisters. Mar's eyes sharpened. Empire's end begins. Captain Mar gripped her command chair as the plot lit up. 12 sister ships materialized from stealth Vanguard-class predators bracketing the Imperial remnants. Their signatures hummed with cold precision, reactors tuned, rails charged. Patel, sync command net, Mar ordered. Broadcast the codes we pulled from their flagship. Aye, Captain. Lieutenant Patel's fingers flew across his console. Hacked Imperial overrides flooded the enemy channels. Transmitting now. Imperial formations locked rigid, thrusters fired in futile spasms. Ceasefire windows snapped open, 60 seconds each, repeating. Guns powered down against their will. Vectal's fleet hung paralyzed, a graveyard of drifting hulks. Quan patched through from engineering. Their grids are ours, no blowback. Mar nodded. Hold fire. Let them sweat it. Patel glanced up. They're trying overrides, failing hard. Good. Mar watched the clock tick. Humans didn't rush kills, they carved paths. Strategos Vectal slammed his talon on the armrest. Alarms wailed across his bridge. Break formation. All ships ram the lead human vessel. Deny them the prize. His crew froze. Hollow displays flickered under the human hack. Distant scopes showed his cruisers twisting, not toward Vanguard, but away. Escape vectors. Comms, Vec roared. Why do they disobey? A sub-lieutenant stammered. The codes, their Imperial Auth, highest clearance, orders say stand down. Vex frills flared red. False, countermand, but the fleet scattered. Carriers vented plasma in panic. Destroyers cloaked their signatures, fleeing into the black. His own Invincible shuddered as grapples locked tighter. Human Marines already breached the outer bays. Sailrin hovered nearby, drone whirring. The envoy's stalks quivered. Strategos, your ships interpret the broadcast as your recall. Humans captured your command cipher. Vec World, silence, we fight. No one moved. His elite armada gone. Factory vermin had turned his navy against itself. Mars Marines reported from Invincible's bridge. Command deck secure, Captain. Strategos Vec Tal in custody. No resistance. Minimal force, Mar replied. Prep broadcast. Patel cued the channel. Mar leaned into the pickup. Her voice cut clear across the system. Imperial forces, this is Captain Lysa Mar, UNS Vanguard. Your fleet is neutralized. Surrender terms follow. Power down all weapons. Vent magazines into space. Coordinates incoming for prisoner transfer. Comply and you depart intact. She paused, let it sink. We claim no territory, no reparations. One condition, never return. Breach this and no mercy next time. Patel muted. They're complying. Hulk's dumping ordnance. Quan grunted over comms. Towing prep done. Their reactors stable, our checklists held. Mar unstrapped. Release them at the jump point. Log every signature. Across the bridge, her crew moved like clockwork, drills from decades of sims. Humanity's secret. They planned for extinction wars before first contact. Sensors pinged. Imperial envoy drone linked in. Sailrin appeared on secondary feed, stalks wide. Captain Mar, the alien envoy clicked, translator straining. You broadcast surrender with release. Affirmative. Mar met the optic. War ends today. Sailrin's drone captured it all. Your preparation, decades, how? Standard procedure. Mar's tone stayed flat. We game every threat. The envoy's frills pulsed blue, shock in their tongue. My empire misread you. Naval doctrine, myth no more. Vectal stood cuffed in Invincible's holding bay. Human Marines flanked him, suits sealed, weapons holstered, no gloating, just watch shifts. Sailrin's drone floated close. Strategos, record your assessment. Vec's mandibles clicked. They waited cloaked fleets, captured codes mid-battle, froze us without a shot wasted. A Marine escorted him to a shuttle lock. Move! Vec boarded. Scopes showed his battered survivors forming up 50% losses but alive. Human tugs cut grapples, jump drives spooled. Why release? Vec demanded of the Marine. The human shrugged. Captain's orders. Shuttle detached. Vec watched Vanguard recede, sisters vanishing into stealth again. Factory rats? No, restrained predators. Sailrin transmitted final log. Humans win not by rage, but readiness. Empire heed the warning. Back on Vanguard, Patel synced the last feeds. All Imperials jumped clean, no tails. Mar reviewed the plot, empty space. Victory logged. Quan climbed to the bridge, wiping hands. Systems green, we could have slagged them. We didn't, Mar stood. Restraint buys peace. Patel nodded. Their strategos broadcast a whisper on open freak. Never anger humans. Crew chuckled, quiet earned. Mar eyed the stars. Reinforcements held position, cloaks ready. Empire expected vengeance. Got a lesson instead. Sensors chirped. Distant warp signatures, not Imperial. Patel leaned in. Captain, more contacts ours. Mar's jaw set. Fleet command inbound. Debrief awaits. But the real hook lingered. Humans revealed the blade, sheathed it, for now. Envoy Sailrin clung to the shuttle deck as it jumped. Imperial coreward lanes beckoned, but defeat burned. Drone footage played on loop. Mars broadcast, fleet freeze. Vex failed ram, his own ships balking at suicide. Plan decades, Sailrin murmured. Archives confirmed, human shipyards hummed per contact, doctrines drilled in shadows. Empire's error saw industry miss discipline. Humans fought clean, ruthless holds, not bloodlust. High command would rage, demand revanche. Sailrin keyed a priority burst. Recommendation, sue for accord, their restraint is the threat. Static answered. Too late, warp exit loomed, home fleets massed, thousands strong, but Sailrin's stalks drooped. Humans had sisters cloaked everywhere. One campaign flipped the war, never anger them. Mar paced the bridge as UNS Reliant docked. Admiral's shuttle hummed in, doors hissed. Admiral Reyes strode aboard, eyes on the plot. Report, Captain. Campaign complete, Mar said. Enemy routed, survivors released. Reyes scanned logs, codes captured, formations frozen. Rams refused. Textbook. He gripped her shoulder. Your contingency playbook saved systems. Teamwork, sir. Mar gestured to Patel and Quan. Patel's hacks, Quan's rigs, Reyes nodded. Empire licks wounds, envoys inbound, diplomacy now, Patel piped up. Their liaison logged it all. Never anger humans, going viral in their nets. Reyes smirked. Good, let it spread. Mar returned to her chair, plot cleared, next drill queued, discipline won, restraint sealed it, but deep scans whispered, Imperial scouts probing edges. Testing, Patel caught her eye. They'll come back, Mar's voice stayed steel. If they do, we're ready. Vanguard slipped into cloak, sisters followed, the void waited. Empire expected gods of war, humans delivered clocks and mercy's edge. Vectal's shuttle docked at core outpost. Admirals swarmed, frills erect in fury. Explain, Fleetmaster snarled, Vex straightened. Humans anticipated, cloaked ambush, captured our codes, froze the fleet. Sailrin projected drone feed, Mars terms, releases, silence fell. They planned for us, Vex said. Decades superior doctrine, we rammed air. Fleetmaster's talons scraped. Vengeance, ships refused once, would they again? Sailrin interjected. Observe restraint, they could end us. Debate raged, probes launched, cautious now. Far coreward, human ghosts watched, prepared, the war flipped. One shot, their timing, never test the patient ones. Word count 1487.